everyone, my name is Dwayne Blais, and today we're going to take a look at transitioning. We're going to go through the process of heels first and toes first, and when would you talk about heels first or toes first when transitioning. So transitioning, going from forward to backwards, especially for defensemen or forward that are adding pressure. But when do we go with our toes and when do we go with our heels? And is one of them good or one of them bad? And the answer is they're both good, but they're both going to be situational. So depending on what situation that player's in, they're going to want to either lead with their toes before they transition, or they're going to want to lead with their heels as they're transitioning. So I'll give you a couple examples. So first one, if I'm coming towards you right now, right, toes first would look like this. Coming in with my toes first, transitioning my feet, and then backpedaling back. All right, heels first is exactly like it sounds. Like come in here, pivot, heels first, transition, and then come back. All right, when would we use those? So a good example of toes first would be if I'm a defenseman, and let's say Kevin's gonna take the puck and kind of round at center ice and come down the boards, and I'm a defenseman gonna close the gap on him. So he's gonna come in, he's gonna go to his left, and I'm coming in here, and now I can close toes first, and then I can turn and then play him here, or I could squeeze him right out all the way through. So if he's coming in here, I can go toes first here, coming through here, toes first, and then I can make contact here and make the play and get that puck out. A lot of defensemen now are trying to eliminate plays before they get to the blue line. So if they can squeeze them at the red line or the blue line, get that puck turned over and move it back up ice, better off for them to go back on offense rather than playing defense. Heels first is going to be when players are stuck in a tight situation. So now let's say there's a turnover at the blue line and I'm coming up here and Kevin turns on me quickly, and right away he comes back on that turnover. Now right away, I'm going to turn heels first and then play him back. So if I've got to get back up ice real quick, then I want to go heels first. If I go toes first in that situation and Kevin turns that puck over and I'm going like this, Kevin's going to read that and cut the opposite way. And good forwards will read defenseman's feet, good defensemen will read forward's feet. And if my toes are going this way and Kevin's got some speed on me, he's going to cut back that way. Now it's hard for me to go back on that side. So heels first are going to be in tight situations when you want to get back quick, or you're in a tight situation where there's a quick turnover or a quick play. Toes first will be more in a situation where you're trying to angle a player out or squeeze a player to the wall or take away that player's ice and angle them down the boards or to where you want them. Then you're going to want to leave toes first and play that player out that way. When you coaches or parents are teaching this to your young players, one thing to keep in mind is toes first is going to take a lot more ice. So in tight areas, we want to try to go heels first. If I'm on the blue line here, and all of a sudden the play gets turned over and I go to pinch, right away I'm gonna come back, heels first, and then make that play, right? If Kevin's got the puck down low and I have some time and some ice, then I could come in wide here, toes first here, push, and then make that play on the wall right there. So again, toes first is gonna demand a lot more ice and a little more time and space, where heels first, I can get out real quick, keep my tracks tight, and then get out in a nice straight line. A couple things to keep in mind when we're teaching this to young players on these transition turns. When we go heels first, we're gonna come in with a bit of a wider base. We're gonna turn those heels. Here's our backwards crossover, so our push and our pull, 1 or 2 crossovers max, and then right away we're trying to track straight. All right, so again, I'll add a little more speed to it, but I come in here, widen my base, transition quick, snap, and then I'm coming back nice and straight. So I'm not using much space when I'm doing that. When we're going toes first, we want to really lead with our stick, the stick on the ice. It's taking away a lane. We want to widen our base, and we're going to tend to push with our outside leg a little bit to keep our speed. So as I'm coming in here, going slow, my stick's here, and I'm kind of pushing. Then I can transition, or I can squeeze off when I come through. So a little more speed on that. Coming in here, I widen that base, I push, open, and then now we're coming back on that 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or whatever's happening. I hope that helps differentiate toes first and heels first when transitioning. They're both very important for players to learn, forwards and defense. I know we spoke a little bit more about defense today, but even with forwards, if a forward is penalty killing or forechecking a defenseman, right, pushing that deep toes first and maybe having a transition to make a hit or make a play, there's a lot of opportunity in games, not just in the D zone, but in the neutral zone or offensive zone, where players are gonna have to determine if they're gonna go toes first or heels first. And knowing how to do both effectively is huge for young players as they get older in order to use those in games in certain situations.